All right. Woo! Yes. I just get so excited every time we have the Talk of Life talk show with Elma. And we welcome you to watch us every Monday at 8 p.m. Facebook and YouTube. This is a Christian-based talk show, and we don't mind you coming on the show, but just don't come on here trying to change our faith, okay? That's cool. We have our co-host Kimberly. We have our co-host Janae. And then our other co-host that's getting ready to go to the Navy, Tavana. Woo! And then I'm going to come back and introduce our guest tonight with her beautiful self. Yes. Okay, we always started off with Philippians 1:6. It's one of my favorite scriptures in the Bible. Whatever God has started in you, you will finish it. The only way you won't finish it, He called you home. So we want to make sure that you finish everything before He calls you home, okay? Amen. And my motivational saying, when you start seeing your worth, you'll find it's harder to stay around people who don't. Did y'all get that?
Yeah.
Because we are all
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Worthy,
yes.
okay?
Yes.
All right, tonight we have all these beautiful women on our show, and our guest is Miss Z, and I'm going to let her pronounce her name. But I like that, Miss Z.
I like Z. Everybody calls me Z, but my name is Zenobia Harvey. But you can call me Z, Zoe, whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Oh, Z, okay. Zoe, Z in the house. Okay, yes. So we have Miss Z with us tonight. And I noticed on your webpage, you said you're a woman of God.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
a mother of 4.
Yes.
You look so beautiful.
Isn't she?
What ages are they?
Oh, Lord. So my oldest son is...
Oh, Lord. Now that means he's old if you don't forgot.
Yeah, my oldest son is 16.
No, Zenobia, no.
He'll be 17 in December.
Girl, no.
Girl, you look so young.
I'm 35.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
35. I thought you were
I love that.
Oh.
Then she look young.
I was born in 1985.
No.
Get out of here. Oh.
Wow.
So it's 16 to what?
16, 14, 8, and... Lord Jesus, a 4-year-old.
Oh, Lord.
Okay.
And you still look good with a 4-year-old. Give it up for Miss Z in the house. I was really surprised because I'm thinking, gosh, she looks so young.
You do.
To have 4 children.
I did not know you had an older child, Zenobia. I thought they were all little tots.
I did too. Thought they were little stepper, you know?
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
That
my
oldest one is about to be an adult.
As long as I know
you happy for that one, huh? Well, both of my sons are grown, so I'm proud of that. She's also a fashion designer, a radio show host, and an author and the founder of
as far as the author?
Your founder of your
founder of the Zenobia Harvey collection.
Yes.
Those are my pieces.
And that's part of the collections up here.
Yes, ma'am.
And we got to get to that later. But first of all, we got to get into her business.
Yes, we got to get
I love this talk show where he said, let me get off into the sauce. We're going to get off into her sauce and jelly and whatever. Okay, so, all right, Miss Z. Okay. I know she has a radio talk show, and we're so happy to have you on our talk show.
Yeah,
it's always good to have other people. So let's start out with, how did you get into the radio business? How did you get your business here? How do you do all this with children?
Yeah, 4 children.
Gosh, how do you do
I think
this?
that's the question I ask God all the time.
I know you do.
Ask myself that. Actually, it all kind of came back to back. And so, let's see, this is 2020.
Yeah. Who forget 2020?
2020. Oh, listen, I said, some people said they're not going to remember this birthday. I said, no, you will.
You will.
2020. But all of this kind of came back to back. In 2015, I had, life altering thing happen in my life. My youngest daughter's dad was murdered by the police. So I was living a very rough lifestyle as far as, drugs and prostitution, all of that. And so my life was really going downhill. After he passed away, it was, God spoke to me like in that moment and said, if you don't change your life, you're going to be next. And so that was kind of what I needed in order for me to get back on the right path, because it's not like I didn't know who God was and I never been in church. I grew up in church.
Okay.
But after that, I joined the Ramp Church of Texas, which is my church home.
Where's your church located?
5430 Miller Avenue, actually on the east side of Fort Worth, and we have service each Sunday at 10 a.m. An amazing church. Brought me back to God. Shout out to my pastor, overseer, Evan D. Risher, and everybody at the Ramp Church family. So yeah, I got in church, and after that, I got connected with my mentor, our executive pastor, Kasha Hunt, and she had a radio show called the Women of Power Radio Show. Yes. And so it's Christian based as well.
Yes, it's
and
good.
We
really
have the funnest times doing all type of topics, just whichever way you can come with it. And so that's how I got on the radio show.
How long have you been on the show?
What's this? This is 2020, so I've been on since 2017.
And they are crunk.
2017 really. It's helped me stay structured, helped me learn a lot about relationships. A lot of what we've been doing lately is relationships between men and women, what women tolerate, what men tolerate, like all over the place. But it's helped structure me in my personal life with being on there. Some great women. Shout out to Nana and Kasha. Those are actually the other hosts on the show. And so, yeah, we have a good time.
I can see. I was watching a little bit of it and everything, but that is awesome. I like the Women of Power.
Yeah. And I'm more of the comedic one. So you have Nana. She's poetry. Kasha.
Wait a minute. Did you hear what she said? She's the comedian.
She really.
I really am.
Oh, really?
I just don't
you do comedian? I mean,
I'm really like sarcastic and petty.
Yeah, on the show.
Yeah, Kim is the one that get into
petty.
So I'm the Kim.
Okay, well you're the Kim. Okay, so Kim.
I just like this right now because I'm right on here with you beautiful, lovely
like
ladies,
Elma.
and so I just kind of want to be,
Tasha's like Elma.
Like really like just to the point.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes. Keep you in line on the show, and but don't let you get away with stuff.
Yeah,
like that's Elma. That's Elma.
We all blend in together. And these two are new on the show. The other two are out. One is on vacation, the other one feeling well. So we send a shout out to Cynthia and Linda, and we miss you guys. Okay, so we have fun, but one thing about our show, we like realness.
Absolutely.
Yes.
We love realness.
Yes.
We don't like people coming on here want to be blah, 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 blah.
Phony,
and then that's the word.
Transparency is the key to bring people to where they need to be.
That's true. And then we also do sister chat. So we do crazy. Matter of fact, our show tonight is sister chat and everything. And so you've been in the radio show. Now, I bet it's fun being on the radio.
Yes.
I bet it is awesome being on the radio. That should be
we get to
really
do like
fun.
the little dress ups now, like what we gonna wear this week, what we gonna talk about this week. So you got 3 different personalities that come from different walks of life.
That should be fun.
We just now starting. I don't think anybody will completely understand the next person, but I think that's what makes it very beautiful.
Yes.
And so, I definitely enjoy it. I'm actually preparing for it tomorrow. We have this segment tomorrow, men's panel, and it's called The Mindset of a Man. Because because on the show we go live, and so we're able to voice our opinions. And so we have the women, they send theirs, and the men were like, this is not fair. We can't type this fast, this much. Y'all need to have us on. So tomorrow at 8 p.m. on the Women of Power Radio Show, we will be going live with the men.
And that's on Tuesdays.
On Tuesdays, yes.
It's on Facebook Live?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, it is on Facebook.
It's on Facebook Live on the Women of Power Radio Show.
Okay.
We go live every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Oh, okay then. And we're 8 p.m. on Monday, so that's
Listen, and I'm going to make sure I tell people about that. I started looking
so good.
Yes. Okay, so one of my questions was, I asked you earlier, how do you juggle your being on the radio? Do you work during the day, or do you have a job, or what? I know you got 4 children. That's a big job.
I do a lot of different things. So I have a cleaning business. I work in the hotel industry over the weekend.
Okay.
Girl, you are busy.
I serve in my church.
Multiple streams.
I'm the lead usher of the usher group of the church.
Oh, you make a good usher. I know that.
Listen, I'm good for hugs and smiles.
I'm like that with you.
Make you pick up the trash and stuff. Don't leave no trash. But no,
Don't leave no trash.
It's a lot. But I don't think it's a lot for me only because I come from a time to where I didn't do anything.
Okay.
And all I did was sleep. And all I did was, that's really what I did. I slept my life away. And so sometimes I get a little overwhelmed, just like with the pieces for the collection and stuff. Mm-hmm. I said, I don't know how business people do it. And I don't know how people do this every day. And sometimes I'm really hard on myself because I don't think that I do enough.
Really?
I really don't. I was just talking to someone about that earlier today. I said, I'm not I don't feel like I'm doing enough. I don't feel like I'm prioritizing my time well.
Mm-hmm.
But if I go back 5 years, I have to be grateful where I'm at because I was not doing anything. I was one of those people, you know how they said, when God makes a promise, it'll happen.
Yeah.
But what they don't tell you is that you still have to go through the process. And you still, like, if God has a job for you, like a real job for you,
Right.
You can't wake up one day and he said, okay, that's going to be your job. No, you have to go apply.
Right.
You have to go through the interview process.
Yeah.
That's right.
And so I was just a person that thought that if I slept every day, that God would bring me this job, God would bring me this career, I would have this husband.
Knock on your door and that job, huh?
You know, I thought you're not by yourself, Zenobia.
Yeah, I thought it just happens.
Yeah.
And they said, no, you got to go get a job. You have to go
out.
Yeah. And so I didn't know that. I thought, God did this magic trick, where a check would fall from the sky. It's like, no, it don't happen that way. But it took years for that. So to answer the question about how I do it all, I have no idea, but I'm grateful.
You just get up and do it now.
Yeah.
That's good. You just get up and do it.
And I'm around a lot of strong women too.
Uh-huh.
A lot of strong women that, that don't allow me to be lazy.
Okay.
I don't have a choice at this point. I do have my kids, but I'm around a lot of strong women that
and that's
it's like,
good.
no, you can't do that.
That motivates you.
Absolutely.
Encourage.
It's good to be under structure.
And that is so awesome because we have so many women that are jealous out there.
Yes.
And they hate to see you move up. They hate to see you happy. They even hate to see you beautiful.
Yeah.
And they can't even compliment. Now on this show, we compliment.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
We love complimenting each other. We love that. So it's hard sometimes. And you said you used to sleep a lot, just sleep a lot. Were you depressed or
Absolutely.
just, you was depressed a lot?
I was depressed. I was stressed. I was suicidal.
Okay.
I was in a very bad place because I was on drugs.
Okay.
And so, and I have to say what type of drug because
I wanted to ask.
What type of drug? I used to be on pain pills and muscle relaxers really bad.
Okay.
You'll
that's
find
addictive.
you'll find something interesting, but I'm gonna share it with you after the show just because it may not need to be said right here. And you're gonna be like, wait, what? I'm like, yeah.
Okay.
But on this show, you welcome. As long as you safe with it, we safe.
Oh,
with it.
no.
Yeah.
It's something about the area.
Oh, okay.
And so, so I was, I hadn't always been, and I didn't. You
haven't always been.
I hadn't always been on drugs. And
Oh,
so
I thought you said I haven't
yeah.
always been saved.
No, I ain't always been saved.
Me
either.
either.
I didn't really get my real salvation really didn't come until 2015. I thought I was saved when I was younger, but I feel like once you think about it, you were forced by parents.
Yeah. Right.
That's right. You gotta go to church. You gotta accept Christ. You gotta do
go to hell.
Yeah, you're going to hell if you do anything.
Yeah. You look the wrong way, you're going to hell. You better have God. But what they didn't teach. They forced God. God was forced. But I'm grateful for it because I knew of it. But they didn't teach about the love of God. It was like, no, if you don't live right, you go to hell. I was like, okay, well, I just go with him and just don't go to hell. But they don't explain the other things. And so I didn't get that later on into my 30s. Just understanding who God was, or God will save you from these bad situations, but you're not taught to glorify God even in great situations.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, I started doing pain pills, just because I had trouble sleeping. One thing led to another. It ended up being a very bad addiction. Thank God I had great family to help take care of my kids because at that time I did not care about anybody but myself.
Wow.
That actually ties into my book that's coming out next month on September the 8th. It's called Burying Tom. And,
wow, that's a good title.
That's
a really good
Burying
title.
Tom, T-O-M.
Burying
Oh,
Tom is an
Tom.
acronym, and I can't really say it right now because I hadn't shared that much of it.
Okay,
But
good. Well, we'll just have to bring you back when you get your book.
I would absolutely love
Yes,
that.
we'll bring you back when you
that's
get
gonna
your
be
book.
juicy.
Listen,
Because I love reading.
you do? I'm
Yes,
I'm
she
starting to learn that I need to.
I mean, Kim brings so many authors on the show. And the blessing is I get the books and I get to read them. And they are so exciting because I have a repertoire about it this long now of all these
books.
people she done brought on the book, but they are all so addicted.
Yeah.
And I find myself going back reading some of them. And, so.
But that's good, though.
That's good. I'm making myself read.
I guess I need to want to read.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to. I done read recently some books I hadn't finished.
Yeah.
I probably finished one book, but I'm proud because otherwise I would have never started it back then.
Okay.
But yeah, I started that. I lived a very rough life based on, just my habits and everything. Fell out with family, friends, all of that. And so,
Can I ask you a question?
Absolutely.
The lifestyle that you're talking about, you lived, were you a high school dropout? Were you just hanging around the wrong crowd when you were younger?
So I wasn't.
Was it the man you met?
I wasn't a high school dropout. I graduated from Dunbar High School.
Shout out for Dunbar.
All right.
Oh Lord, Dunbar. Okay, I graduated in 2003. I had my upbringing, like some. I grew up in the hood. Had some things happen to me. For a long time, I blamed my mother. But I love that woman. She did exactly what she could, and she did a great job. And so God was another reason why I had to understand she did what a mother could
do at that time.
And now I have 4 kids, and I understand.
Yes, now you understand what you're for. Won't he bring it home to you?
Yes, he will. Yes, ma'am. But it wasn't a bad. I didn't have a bad. I had a rough upbringing, but it wasn't because my mother was a bad parent.
Right.
I lived a normal life. I thought I was going to be an actress. And stuff. And, I worked, I had my son, and I lived the normal life that a person lived between the age of 18 and 21.
Okay.
And that's just what I did.
Those are the rough years too, some of them.
It was pretty okay for me. Yeah. It was pretty okay because I knew I had to work to live and to survive. And so I knew what it was to pay bills and all that stuff like that life. But once I got, into taking medication. And see, I didn't see the medication as bad because I thought street drugs was the real drug.
Yeah, right. Okay.
I refused to take over-the-counter drug because I thought, no, I don't need medicine. But I got hooked on it really bad, made some poor decisions, prostituted.
Were you in an injury? Is that how you got on it? Or just...
Nope. And that's the sad part.
What did you say, Kimberly?
If she was in an injury, a car injury,
I
was
thinking it too.
Failed.
And that's a part of everything. Okay, so when people take pain pills or muscle relaxers, it's because of that particular reason. Right. They've been injured, muscle spasms. No, I took it because I had issues sleeping at night because I worked long hours. Okay. I did not want to take sleep meds because I felt like taking sleep meds would cause me to be asleep too long, and I had a child.
Okay.
And when I took it, it allowed me to go to sleep, but then I got addicted to the feeling. And then I became addicted to being addicted.
Right.
I felt like I needed to be addicted to something because I was used to being addicted. Yes. So So to answer that, no, I didn't have a rough. I had a rough upbringing, but I kind of fixed my life by the time I became an adult. Okay. And so.
I guess I was kind of alluding to when you were talking about the gentleman that passed in your life.
Okay, so that's
the drugs, prostitution. So I didn't know how that tied into.
Well, he was a good guy. I met him in high school at 13. We dated on and off for years. He was the love of my life. I loved him. Now, I ain't gonna say it was the most healthiest relationship. It was not healthy. It was a very toxic relationship. He was not at all responsible for any of my choices with drugs, but we were definitely around certain environments that provided it. Mm-hmm. And so it was really me, to answer your question. It wasn't nothing that triggered anything. I did see drugs growing up. Mm-hmm. I think what I too realized is that a lot of times as children, when you're around certain things, whether it's seeing people, being sexual, or if you've been molested, or those things, a lot of that carries into adulthood and you don't even know it. So some people go through a period of they like, okay, it no longer affects me. I grew out of this. But then you find yourself, I always was the person that said I would never do anything, smoke cigarettes, drink. I wasn't gonna have a kid before marriage. I wasn't gonna do any of this. I seen a lot of family members and I said, I would never, ever. And I've done exactly.
But then they always say never because you find yourself
doing
the never
again anymore. I don't say it again anymore. But I felt like I walked in their footsteps in a sense, and I didn't understand why. But I do believe that God allowed me to do it to show that you can come out of it and to be a walking testimony for other people.
Amen.
And so for me, it wasn't fair for me to go through all of it and never share it.
Right.
Because you can help someone.
Absolutely.
Of course.
With that. And see, this is where the testimony come in. Yeah. And some people are ashamed to say what they have gone through, so they don't want to share this. But this is where the breaking point come through. If he can do it for you, he can do it for someone else.
Absolutely. Yeah. I know that our pastor spoke one time about how how people say, you know, sometimes you just have to let them go through it themselves. You just got to let them, you know, when people come up and they, you know, you make poor decisions in relationships or with jobs or your career, whatever the case may be. And that saying is just let them do it. Let them go through it. Sometimes what we don't understand is that we've gone through it because it is now up to us to teach them and tell them so that way they won't, because some of them won't make it out like we did.
Correct. That's right.
And so
Correct.
when he said that, I was like, okay, because a lot of times we want to tuck in stuff and we want people, no, let them learn, let them see. Right. No, God allows you to go through things so then that way you pull other people through. How dare you go through all of this, fight through it, God bring you out, deliver you, and you be so selfish to keep it to yourself.
To keep it to yourself.
And you hide it up under, like the scripture says, you hide it up under, but instead of sharing it.
I can understand some people probably being a little scared, you know, to share certain things. And I get that. But when you're a very vocal person and people know that you're vocal about your life and stuff, you have an obligation. As a Christian, we have an obligation to share the life that we have been through. Now, me, I've always been a transparent person. That's just who I am. I know other people, it may be different avenues that they can take for them to be able to share their testimony. But if I can tell you, hey, no, please don't take that pill for this reason. Or that man, he acts like this. I've seen those signs. Don't go that route.
Right.
That's my obligation to you.
Now, if they go and do it, that's
on them.
up to them. At least you shared it with them.
Absolutely.
You know, it's like in Ezekiel, I think it's around the 22nd chapter of Ezekiel, 22nd, 23rd. There's a scripture that talks about that. You know, it says that when he tells you to tell somebody something, and you don't do it, then the blood is still on you. And once you tell them, then it's on them. He's released you from that. You know, it's just like you know the bridge is out, but you're not going to tell the person. They go down there, they fall over the bridge. Then you can say, "Oh, shoot, I should have told them."
Absolutely.
Know? So this is good that you're sharing it, because there are a lot of people out there that's watching you tonight that's talking. You know, could be going through this.
And the thing is that what we have to understand, it's just to get down to it. At some point in your life, you were somewhere that you did not want to be.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And there was somebody that had something that you needed.
Yes.
Right.
I always say to people now, and to myself, what if that person would have never shared it with you?
Thank you.
Yes. So that's why it is your responsibility to take what you have and share it with someone else.
Correct.
And that's honestly, a blessing. Really, it's a blessing.
Yes.
And God will tell you who to share certain things with at a certain time too. Because some people, you share things to them, they just go over their head. They don't care.
Absolutely.
You know, and then you be like, I told them not to do that.
And the thing is that we have to understand that our walk is not for us.
Come on.
Your business is not for you.
Yes.
Right.
Your journey is not for you.
Come on.
Your testimony is not even for you.
Come on.
It is to glorify God.
There you go.
And to bring others out.
There you go.
You know, and if you ever come across anybody that says, "No, I did this myself," they are a lie. If you did it yourself, you did it the wrong way, and it may not be the right outcome.
Yeah, come on now.
Even if it worked, it's not gonna work for a long time.
Absolutely.
You know, like they said, a self-made millionaire. Come on now.
The body of Christ is people. The body of Christ is people. Is not.
That's
one.
right.
He's the head. We are the body.
Yeah.
The body consists of everything.
The eyes, the mouth.
Absolutely.
You know, and it takes all of that to make up the body.
Absolutely.
Yes,
you know. So how long were you on the drug?
I from 2009 up until last year 2019. So I've been clean for over a year.
Okay.
I've been clean for over a year. And so I wasn't really hard on it even last year or the years prior to that. I was on and off, but I have not touched anything since last year.
And you talking about the sleeping.
The muscle relaxers. And so the crazy thing is that that's why we have to be careful with things that we do, because if you allow one sin, you know, drugs is not a sin. That's not the sin, because they are prescribed for a certain reason. I misused it, which opened the sin of becoming addicted and doing things that I shouldn't have been doing to get it. And so the drugs led to the cocaine and to the other drugs and all of that, to the prostitution and to the gambling and to one small thing can lead to all of this.
That's right.
And so then you find yourself fighting all of this.
Yeah.
All of these spirits, these demons, and this.
So
and
what
that.
you would do is try to sleep it, so you didn't have to fight them off, or what?
I would try. I would try to sleep it. I wouldn't eat or anything like that. I was unhappy with myself. I was mad at myself for making the decision to do it in the first place.
Right.
And so I know for me, a lot of people throughout that time thought that I did it because I wanted to keep doing it, but by that time I was already addicted. And so my body.
But what actually caused you to start it though?
I was working at a job. I can't tell too much, but I was it's all in the book. Because you asking the right questions.
I know.
Yeah.
That's what we do on this show. We get all the sauce we can get.
Yeah.
So it started because I worked at a job that we were working over 40 hours a week, and we were working a lot of hours a week.
Okay.
And I was not getting any sleep at night because we were having to come back that morning.
Oh wow.
And so I was fine until then. Of course, a little alcohol here, a little party here, and all that. I was good. And so I wanted to find something that would allow me just to sleep.
Right.
That's how that happened.
That's how it started.
That's how it started.
How it started.
The way that I could say that it ended, I thought that it ended when my daughter's dad got murdered, because I thought it was a wake-up call. It was a wake-up call, but it wasn't a wake-up call enough for my body to say, I'm done with it.
I'm
Right.
done.
It was just a moment.
Just a moment.
That's why I made the comment, it wasn't because I was delivered
Right.
while I was walking free. It was because I was walking in fear.
In fear. Yeah.
The fear of what?
So like when my daughter's dad passed away, I changed up some stuff.
Okay.
I even had a dream.
Was that
of
the
me.
fear, walking in the fear because
I was walking in
murdered?
fear because God, at that time I had encountered God.
Okay, so you had did you encounter God right after the murder? Or
When they
before
called
the
me,
murder?
when they called me and told me that he got shot, I didn't know he was killed until I came to the site. And when I came to the site, I saw a bullet hole through the window, and it was tape everywhere. And at that moment, when I thought that I was going to scream and cry because this is a man that I had always loved and I've known since I was 13, and he's dead at the age of 30. And at this time, I didn't even know I was pregnant. I didn't know I was pregnant with this child. And so at that moment, I thought I was going to break down. But I didn't break down. I heard God clear as day say, if you don't get yourself together, you next. Now, that's not to say that's what God told him, because I don't know his relationship with God.
Right.
But in that moment, because I didn't care about God.
Right.
I care less about what God was in that moment.
Right.
And the crazy thing is that I had just started coming off of cocaine.
Okay.
I just started, I knew something was coming.
Yeah.
I knew something was coming because my relationship even with her dad had started to change in a good way. I had been addicted to him, to relationship, to needing a man. Listen.
I told you.
And so I didn't care if certain things happened because I felt like I was down to the bottom. I was under people's feet, but he showed me enough attention to make me feel like I still was loved by a man.
Yes.
Right.
And I think the reason why I felt like I needed a man is because you grew up around women who said they need men. So that's what I thought. Honey, I don't need no man though. Yeah. Anyways, I just said I don't need no man to make me, and I don't need no man for my work. And so,
what about your dream? You said you
the
had
dream. Okay, so
what about his dream?
you would think a wake up call was the accident. It wasn't. It was the dream. I had a dream that I overdosed because I had overdosed in real life before, and God brought me out of that. And this dream, I overdosed, and I said, you know what? I'm just gonna call on God again to save me. And I was overdosing in a restroom, and I said, God, come save me. I need you.
Was this in the dream?
This was in the dream.
Okay.
I said, I need you to come save me, and I could feel my body shutting down. Wow. I said, I've overdosed. Okay, come save me. And nothing happened. And I got silent because it was getting so bad to where my body started shutting down. I see my body falling in the mirror like this. Wow. I said, Lord, come save me. And I heard a no, not this time. And a hand came through and snatched me.
Oh, wow.
And snatched me into darkness.
Wow. Now, that should have been real scary.
That was real scary. I thought it was real life. And I woke up, I was crying. And I said, Lord, I'm sorry. I won't do it again. But I did. And so you know, and so I can't really tell right now what actually delivered me, because then I will give away everything in the book.
Right.
Okay.
Because as much as I want to tell, I really want to tell y'all.
She said,
But I can't.
You come back.
The book comes out on 28. So
Oh, okay.
it's interesting what happened, but
right?
the reason why, look, my show, but I'll talk to you after this. But the reason why I made the comment is when I said I thought I was delivered, but in reality, I was walking in fear, is because my real deliverance didn't come until 2019. So I was walking in fear the whole time, thinking God was going to get me. You know how they say, you better not get drunk again.
Because you're going to go to hell or you're going to die.
Oh, yeah, something's going to happen. And so I was like, I can't do this no more because of God. Because of God.
You were really fearing him.
Yeah, but deep down, I still wanted to be high. I wanted to be high, and I wanted to, you know, I wanted that feeling again. It's like when somebody tells you, do not go back to that relationship.
That's a challenge.
It absolutely is.
Yeah, it's a challenge.
And some people, you can walk away from things that have harmed you in the easiest way and say, I'm done.
I'm done.
I'm hard-headed, so I couldn't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought I could. And I had my good times where I didn't touch anything or I didn't do anything, but it wasn't enough for me. I realized that it takes tragedy or almost tragedy for God to get my attention, and I didn't want that no more.
Okay.
And I say that for a reason.
That's scary too.
Yeah, I say that for a
Because
reason.
it sounds like you saying, well, he brought me out of this time. I know he'll bring me out next time.
Yeah.
He brought me out this. It's like you testing him in a way.
And I did.
And you, so anything happened, you say, oh, well, he brought me out there. I can go ahead and do it. Because a lot of us do that.
Yeah.
We'll go back and we'll go over and over and over, do the sin. Because we know in our heart that he's going to save it. But like you said, when you heard that, no, not this time.
Yeah.
That was your wake up call almost. But you still went back out.
Yeah, it wasn't enough for me.
Okay, it wasn't enough.
It wasn't enough for me. I really had got to a point.
But that's good though, really, because a lot of people need to hear this.
Because people like that lets me know that God didn't scare me at that time. And the
You
thing
weren't afraid of God.
Apparently not.
No, you weren't.
I was afraid of death. I was afraid to die. It wasn't that I was afraid of
Were
God.
you afraid of the death going to hell or what? Was that the part of the afraid of going to hell, or were you already knew you would go to heaven or what?
I didn't think at that time I would go to hell because I had started back living for God, and I know that nobody's perfect in the sight of God.
Yeah, so it's okay with me.
But I was just scared to die. I wasn't scared of God.
That's good.
You just didn't want to die.
Right.
You
I
wanted
just
to
want
live.
I want to die. I have kids. I feel like I hadn't accomplished what I wanted. Oh my God, I never thought about it that way. I never thought about it.
But you know, you shouldn't be afraid of your father.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be afraid of your parent. You're not.
It was just, it was,
that's good to know.
But yeah, I wasn't
afraid of his love. But you love the sin.
Absolutely.
And then sin is good.
And then the thing is, I don't think that's what people don't talk about.
We all have
flashbacks. The sin is good
because we talk about how sin is this bad thing. It is.
It's bad,
but nobody like people. Let's just be blunt. People go back to have sex with people because they've enjoyed the sex.
Right.
People go back to drink because they've enjoyed being drunk.
Right.
People get high because they enjoy the high.
Yeah.
Now there are certain times where that sex turns into a bad relationship and you don't enjoy that part.
Right.
But it still doesn't overpower the fun that you had in the bedroom.
Right.
Because that's what the enemy uses.
That's
he uses what you are excited about, what gets your attention.
He made you yell in the bedroom. And so hit me.
Yeah. And
we don't look at that hitting as being abusive, because what happens once they hit you or whatever, they go back in the bed and make you feel good.
That's the manipulation.
So manipulation, and then you're also addicted to him too in a way.
And that's the problem. We are, a lot of us are addicted to certain things, and we don't know. That's why I made the comment, I was addicted to being addicted.
That's right.
Because I figure out when I latch onto something, I stay there.
Yeah.
Because you're used to being addicted. I didn't know how to walk in freedom.
Right.
I didn't know how to walk in freedom until this year. At the age of 35. And so it took years. It's not an overnight. It was an overnight process.
That's good, though, but that's the truth.
And the crazy thing, I thought I was walking in freedom last year because I made the same comment last year. I said I didn't start walking into freedom until the summer, but I was freedom in that particular area.
There are different levels.
Freedom in that particular area.
Yeah.
But how you become free is acknowledging that you are locked up.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
You are locked up.
Yeah.
You're addicted to this, but a lot of people do not want to face their addiction. They don't want to say that they're addicted. They want to cover it up, especially being a Christian. They want to cover it up like everything is okay.
Yeah.
But really they're dying on the inside.
Absolutely.
Because they're living for the world in a sense, and they don't want people to oh no, I can't tell nobody I was addicted to drugs. I can't tell nobody I was a prostitute. I can't tell nobody I was an adulterer. You know what I'm saying?
And I wouldn't say it for a long time because I thought that that's just what my life would be.
Right.
You know, because you tell God how long am I gonna be on this? How long am I gonna be an addict? How long am I gonna be like this woman that feels like she needs a man?
Right.
How long is this a part of my okay, so God, if this is a part of my walk, teach me how to walk in it.
But then his question could come back to you and say, how long is up to you?
Yeah.
Because you are the one that opened that spirit realm. You allowed that spirit to come in, and one spirit adds to another spirit, and adds to another spirit. Because you know the Bible said when he asked him, "Who are you?" He said, "I'm Legion." And Legion said, "I'm many." Okay. So you open that door up, and God just waiting on you to stop it.
Well, the thing is, sometimes some of us don't know that we've opened.
Right. You don't know.
Yeah,
that.
that's what I'm saying.
You have to be in a place where
so we cover it up.
Right.
You have to be in a place.
You cover it up.
And sometimes you do take the steps necessary to stay out of the relationship. Or like there were many times, even with the drugs, that I actually was like, you know, I tried to pull away from it. I tried to wean my own self off. I took Suboxone. Suboxone it actually helps you wean off of it. So I did all of that. I don't think that it's sometimes when we get to a point where it's like I'm done, because a lot of times we're done. I think that God allows it for a certain length of time is because that's what he needs in order for the testimony to be
effective.
Because it still could have been effective at the beginning.
Right.
And I believe that God, there were moments like at the beginning where I was like, Lord, no, he heard my cry then.
Yeah.
But I think he knows he knows our strength.
Yeah.
He knew that I could last that long.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And so throughout the entire story, people were affected because even when I got tired, there still was years until I got delivered. And even in between the tired and deliverance, somebody I affected.
Right.
So the testimony had to keep going. Even though on the inside, I said, I'm through. And he allowed it. You know, it made me think of Paul when he said, there's a thorn in my side, the thorn in my side. I said, Lord, is this my thorn? Is this my thorn? Is this gonna be my thorn? And no, I realized it was because I had an addiction problem. And people relate addiction to drugs. No, I carry an addiction problem from childhood with people that were addicted to broken relationships, that were in molestation, all of that. I carried that. That I carried those things with me until adulthood. And it took the God, himself, to break that. And so I'm a walking testimony.
Amen.
Every day. I'm a walking praise report. Every day.
Every day.
You know?
Yes, you are.
And so when I look back, I don't have that story of, oh my God, I'm happy.
Right.
If I had to change it, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Because then when a young lady walks off the street and say, this is what I've been through, I need to be able to tell you something, not because I know it, but because I've been through it.
Right.
So that you could feel
what
my emotion behind it. So you can feel my feeling behind it. You know.
And he still bless you because just listening to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And looking at you, who would have thought?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's all God.
Absolutely. Who would have thought that you have experienced all of this? Because they said you don't know my story until you tell me your story. Because just looking at you, we never would have thought.
Well, I have to be willing to accept my story.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to accept God in your life to help you. So was there ever a point in your life where you just cried out to God and said, I need help or something like that?
There was a time where I was still deep in. I was in the garage one day and I began slicing my arm because I felt like if the pain was physical, then I wouldn't feel, that mental pain. It wasn't just emotional, it was mental pain.
Mental pain too.
But I cried to God a lot. I cried to God a lot. I never understood. And that's why I made the comment. I accepted the fact that I thought that that's what my life was going to be. Because you see some people, they say, well, I've been like this for years. I said, okay. And then it says in the Bible that no one, we are not perfect. Otherwise, we don't need God. We are imperfect to a perfect God. And so I thought that would be my imperfections for the rest of my life.
Right.
But it says, what does it say? My mind went blank, but basically if you ask and you ask with pureness, and I was asking God, like, no, I can't be this way. I need you to take this from me, but not because I just didn't want to be addicted and this no more. I have kids.
Correct.
I'm in church.
Okay.
I have people that look to me for
Right.
encouragement.
Right.
I can't live a double life like this.
Yeah.
So I understand
That
you
is-
saying that I'm going to
Yes.
forever be imperfect,
Right.
but I don't need this to be my imperfection
There you
anymore.
go.
Right.
That's good.
Because
Yeah,
how
I
can
love it.
I sit here and share testimonies when I'm sneaking behind buildings, smoking cigarettes and popping pills? I realized it became a choice. And so then I had to stop doing the blame game and the
Yeah.
guilt.
Yeah.
It was them. It was my mama bringing me up. No. Because at some point in life, God wakes you up enough to where you say, no, it's you.
That's right.
And so the deliverance too wasn't
Mhm.
because something so tragic happened. I'm like, oh, I'm done, God, I'm so tired. It was like, no, Zenobia, you have the willpower
Yes.
to stop
Right.
putting stuff
Yes.
to your mouth. You have the willpower. You get up and go to work for people,
Mhm.
right? You get up and go
Right.
to church on Sunday. That's
Right.
willpower. That's
Mhm.
self-control. So
Right.
how dare you tell me you don't have self-control to switch other things? You just have to be able to understand that you have that control to
Right.
make that decision.
Right.
Right.
And so my two other kids, they see me do a lot of stuff. I'm surprised that they're not like other people's kids where they say, I hate you. I hate you.
That's
God
right.
blessed me with children that forgave me.
Oh, now
Right.
good.
That's wonderful.
That is awesome.
And so
that's
I
awesome.
pour into
Yeah.
them as much as I can now. If I come across people, I pour them because I don't have a right to be
Mhm.
delivered and not do anything.
Right.
I can't just go to church and say, God delivered me and I just go to church and I go home. No, I
Right.
have to serve in church
Right.
because that's my gratefulness to God.
Right.
When I'm at work, it's my job to minister to people because that is my give back to God. That's my
Right.
gratefulness to God.
Yes.
When it comes to my children, I can't just say I just got kids. No, I got to pour into them now because God delivered me.
Yeah.
Right.
You there's a responsibility in after your
Mhm.
deliverance. You are responsible after
Responsible.
deliverance.
Yes.
Your deliverance is not just for you to walk in freedom. You have a responsibility to the children of God, to your brothers and sisters
Right.
of Christ, and even to
Yes.
those that don't know God.
That's
You
right.
have a responsibility.
Right.
And that's where I'm at in life right now. It's not an easy walk
Mm-hmm.
at all. It's
Yeah.
probably harder to live for God than to live in the world. It was easy to live
Oh
in the
yeah.
world.
Oh
Because
my
in the
gosh.
world, you can do whatever.
Yeah.
I've watched you, 4 years we've been knowing each other? 4
Yeah.
years?
It's,
I've watched you grow, and it's just been amazing. Your
To God.
energy, your fire, your transparency.
sometimes,
I mean, we've been,
sometimes I was too
4
transparent.
years?
Ooh.
Like 4 or 5 years we've been knowing each other. She's awesome.
Wow.
That's God.
I mean, I
Yeah.
watch you evolve, and
That's
it's just been
awesome.
so beautiful.
And that's even makes it
Right.
better when you see somebody like Kimberly saying
Yeah.
this to you now.
and she don't know I've been watching her the whole time.
See, and that's what I say. And I say that all the time. I said, you never know who's watching you. Somebody is watching you.
We
They're
go
watching your
together.
walk. They're watching how you talk.
Mhm. I
And that's
love
the reason
it.
why sometimes it's hard to get people in the church because we're not transparent.
Absolutely.
We want to be this way outside, come in church, we so holy than thou.
Right.
And then this person is watching you and they like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But just to hear you say that
That means a
makes
lot.
you feel good.
Yes,
Because
oh my
she's
gosh.
seeing the growth in you out
Right.
before you, even though you may not have saw, the growth or whatever.
Right.
You still say,
I
oh,
always
but
enjoy
she's
hearing her
seeing the
testimony
growth.
because we normally go to coffee with her with Dr. Regina
With Dr.
Spellman.
Regina,
We will
yeah.
always go. What was it? Every 3 months, we were there. She would have.
I went to
something.
like the bigger events where she held at the end of the year. The coffee
The
with her, the
VIP.
VIP.
And the VIP.
Mhm.
We were always there, and I hear her
See.
talk, say something, and
Wow.
Dr. Regina was like a mom to me too. So
Regina
I
Spellman.
said, I got people
Mhm.
surrounding me.
Well,
So-
good.
That's
That is
good.
awesome.
Mhm.
Okay, before we get ready, I know this is your
I know that's what we came to talk about,
your
right?
business.
Yeah.
Okay, so this came about.
Okay,
It
how
ain't-
did this come about with you?
Really weird. And the reason why I say I've been watching her for years and she don't know it is because what she don't understand is that I'm not a normal person when it comes to fashion. I didn't appear that way years ago. I tried to keep it what people wanted. And I look at her when I see her pictures, I said, oh my gosh, she is so abnormal. Like she is not
Yeah.
weird and all that.
And
But,
how
in her-
she be dressing and
but
all
I
that.
loved it. And
But
it
she is so cool
it
with
tapped
it.
something on
She's-
the inner part.
yes.
I said, it's okay to be like this.
Yes.
Yes. it's
Hence the
okay.
polka dots with the this, with
Yeah.
the this, and the red shoe.
But that's what Daphne said the other day. We had a fashion show.
Uh-huh.
And Daphne said that be creative. Come out with
You
your
have to
own
be.
stuff.
With your own.
You have to
Be,
Yeah.
be creative with
Make your
that.
own.
So this is all of your creation.
Yes,
here.
this came about last
Okay.
year. I had a whole bunch of heels at home, and I asked God. I said, "What am I going to do with these heels?" Actually, when last year was 2 years prior to that, it led up to this. So I have this event that I host each year. It's called Feel the Heal charity event. What I do is I have speakers to come, women to share different walks of their lives, and we collect heels and I donate them to different charities and nonprofits and shelters and stuff. And so far I've been able to collect over 900 pair of heels.
Oh, wow.
Heels, not shoes, heels.
I know.
And the reason why I say this is because women love their heels like men love cars. And so that's something that they don't give away.
Right.
They gave.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody that gave. but I had too many heels and I said, what am I going to do with these shoes? And I didn't want to give them away.
Right.
I didn't want to give them away. But, and so something just came to my head one day and I just started gluing stuff. Like, this is just the lightest of my work. I can cover a whole shoe. But I started with the shoes. I would take a whole shoe and I would cover it in different material, put bows and.
Is this on here?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that is so cool. Look at that.
Yes,
that is
like
so
that.
cool.
That's
And it just went
really
on
cute.
from there. And I started calling, COVID happened.
COVID
And
really make you be creative.
A lot of
huh?
us got stuck at home. I was laid off from
Wow.
work. It was
See,
a blessing.
This is
And
so cute.
And you started your own business. That's
Yeah, I
awesome.
started just doing stuff.
Because she does
started crafting.
bags too.
I do purses, lapels, brooches. I do kid bows.
Okay.
I do sets, earring purse sets, shoe earring set, bows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Kimberly, come down and show your their design that
Kimberly actually
Miss Z
has
put
a
on.
neck bow on, cheetah print neck bow,
cute.
and I made it actually for my men's line, but I think that the
It
men
can be
didn't want it.
unisex.
And that's okay
Oh,
because we got
that's
somebody that's
cute.
rocking it right now. It looks very good.
and the little strap goes with it.
Yes, it's adjustable. And so it's a lot easier than the pen because you can adjust it in any way you want to.
That is
Okay,
cute.
I like that.
And she looks really
and it
good.
matches so well with
It
her
does.
outfit.
I've been waiting for somebody to wear that bow.
That is cute.
That's real cute.
And turn around the back where they can see it. The bow is attached with the little necklace.
Because
on
we
the
know
neck.
men, they don't like to do pins and stuff like that. And so I was
that
able to
is
get the adjustable
cute.
strap.
Yeah,
It looks
that's
really good
I
on you.
like that, Kimberly. Okay,
Yes.
Tavana, come and show your.
Oh,
this
okay.
is
I like
another
that.
design.
This is
by
actually a
Miss
piece
Z.
that someone actually had me make.
That
And
is-
this is just a royal. I actually started out with bows. Outside of the shoes, I came with bows, and so the bows is what's really popular with people. And so it's a royal blue bow hanging
Now,
piece.
stand right, let me see that.
It
That is
takes
so
an
cute.
extra woman to wear an extra bow like
Look
this.
at this.
Yeah.
And
that's
then
cute.
this goes with it.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
That's good,
that-
Zenobia.
and
I
it
make a lot
matches
of-
up so good with her outfit.
It's really
Yeah.
cute. It
That
has the
is.
little tool on it. And so a lot of my
Yes, I
stuff
like
come
the
from like
tool.
I like
clothes.
that.
Like clothing and stuff. I can take shorts and I'm telling you, it's how you look really
That
good in
is
it.
Yeah, that
beautiful.
is
I like
cute.
that.
And listen,
really
see,
cute.
you ain't just gotta wear it at the church.
Yeah. Okay.
Look, she done rocked that with the legs and everything.
And it
Yes.
matches so, and I mean that color.
And I
See
didn't
how
think
God
about
put stuff
that.
together.
Yes, for the
Yeah.
women.
to bring
I
that-
like that.
You did really
Look, that
good in
is
it.
beautiful.
That's really cute.
Now, what is this right here? Tell
Okay,
us
so
about
this is
this
actually someone ordered this bow. My thinking is all over the place, but
Mhm.
this is just I don't know. I call it a half bow. And so when you put it on, it has spikes, it has the rolls, it has the hanging pieces. My goal, and that's why I say you inspired me to not. I'm okay with never being normal. Now, if
Yes.
anybody wants a normal piece, that's absolutely fine. But I want to
Be.
push the envelope.
Right.
My goal is to be different. If you see it
Right.
and say, "Oh, I don't see that," then I've done my job
Right.
because that means that you don't understand
stand it.
I don't want to
Right.
have I don't want to have a collection that people understand.
Right.
That's good.
And
You
so-
and see what you're
That's
doing. You're
good.
making people try to understand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they be
That's
trying to
art.
figure
Art
it
is
out.
art. It's an
Understand.
art.
But
What is the purpose?
But
Yeah.
once you figure it out, then I have to do something else.
Yeah.
See, like this, these are my man
Okay.
bows. These are quite normal. So it's like the leather with the wings. Like these, I tried to be normal and made me feel so uncomfortable. I said, oh,
It's
but
like,
Let me see those. Those are
these
cute,
are really,
Oh, look
really
at
neat
that.
pieces.
Those are cute.
and these are,
That's the
just
Harley
little
bow.
lapels that I made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that particular set over there, the army, the
Those
army
are
tee
cute.
with the red and spikes. I'm big on spikes. I like spikes.
Yeah.
And so
I know this.
Those
I
are
really didn't want to
cute.
change the color of the shoe, so I just put a bow on top of it, and that's the flat piece. I really love flat piece bows, and it's
So
really
where would they put this on?
They
You
would
would just
put
put
that
it- and so the
on
good
the
thing-
shirt.
It's like
on
a-
here on your jacket.
the good thing is that it has a pin, so
Right.
you can pin it anywhere.
Yeah.
Anywhere. That's
That
cute.
is
A,
I like
a
that.
set of earrings would go really good, and that would be a whole complete set.
Oh yeah.
Okay, what about the green bow? Did you say
Okay.
something?
So, Oh,
Janae.
I forgot about that because
Janae
we wanted to wait. We wanted to wait. We didn't want to put this on with her because we want to walk up and have her put this on. But this lapel actually matches her nails.
Yeah.
Extra, just like her.
Isn't that
And so
cute?
we're gonna have you come down here.
That is too cute.
For you.
And it matches up with her nail. I didn't even notice her nails.
That's what I tell people. You don't always have to dress up to put this stuff on. She has this funky dress on.
Uh-huh.
Her funky nails and her hair.
And her hair matches her dress.
And then you can just boom like this. And if she wanted to post a picture or do anything like that,
Like something like that.
so when you pose, you would just do like a.
I like that. And it put your nails up there by it. See? It matches her nails. See, that's good. You see how you can be so
You
creative
can.
and just put stuff together. That
Really,
is-
you could
now
actually
that
put
is
that lapel
cute.
in your hair if you wanted to. I'm
See?
just saying.
But that is so, and you have another one. Look at but that other one could also match up with her dress too.
Yes.
See how the brown, that
It
would
actually
go on that
could.
side, see?
So listen,
with
we
the
just gonna put
dress.
both of them on you.
Okay.
Look.
Yeah, see, we could do,
And then you pick and choose which
yeah.
one.
She
For
can
your
match that,
Yeah.
with the,
It matches your hair.
that's what I'm saying. You can be so creative. And I like when y'all did the fashion show last week,
Oh, yes, ma'am.
how creative they were with matching. And Daphne had mentioned that you could just mix and match different stuff and bring your own style. And that one was so cute how you all fashioned that. And we're going to probably show that fashion show on next Monday night. So, but this is so unique. So you sit there and ask God to show you all how to do this, or
With the shoes, when COVID came, I just had to try to do something. Because the thing is that you have barbers, you have people that cut hair, you have Michael Jordan who played basketball. You have everybody that has their particular talent. I didn't know what mine was. I clean houses and buildings real good, but I didn't want that to be my. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it because I like cleaning, but I was like, God, there has to be something. But I figured out once I was able to put myself in a position to support other people's visions, and I pushed it, God allowed mine to come into play.
that's right. He said he'll make room for your gift.
Absolutely.
Yes,
And so those same
absolutely.
people have now been great supporters because I've pushed their vision. I've supported their vision. And so it's always about, you should always be grateful for the support system that you have.
Iron sharpen iron.
absolutely.
We're here to support.
Now our list is
Each other.
all over the place.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I make earrings, all that too.
That's
Her bags are
good.
huge. She just didn't bring it.
And
She
all of them,
sold
yeah. I actually have a pair, but I think I forgot to pull it out the box. The earrings, I think I forgot to pull them out the box. But yeah, so the whole thing with the look, I don't make a whole bunch of pieces at one time because I like to meet the creativity of the client.
Okay.
And so people will reach out and they'll say, hey, can you do this? I said, so what colors do you like? Do you like spikes or do you like smaller, big, and this and that? And so I'll literally take whatever they gave me and then I'll create something. And that's really how a lot of this stuff comes out.
So it's
That's
basically
awesome.
like you're creating it just for me.
Yes, ma'am.
Right.
Oh,
I don't
would
even
love
like to
that.
duplicate stuff, but I will if I have to. Like
Okay.
little simple stuff like these, this can be duplicated, but like this, I won't duplicate this by request. It's
Right.
like, no, can you please not? I said, okay, that's absolutely fine.
That's fine.
This I probably could never duplicate because ain't nobody even got these yet. So I may have to wear those one day.
That's so cute.
But-
I guarantee you somebody is that's going to be an eye catcher.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna probably wear it myself.
Okay, good.
No.
And we need you to come on the show next time and wear those so we can see
Awesome.
how
talk
you
about
look in
your-
it.
Absolutely.
'Cause it's hard for me to wear heels a little
But
now.
they
But-
could be wedges. They could be
You know.
flats.
But is this like
Okay.
a 3 or 2 inch? What is
That's
this?
like a 3.
No.
I can wear
That's
this.
3 and
I
a
can
half.
probably wear this because
That's
I'm
right,
already
3 and a half.
tall.
Yeah.
Looks like it's 3 and a
You
half.
know,
Yeah, I can't do real tall. I gotta
I can't
learn to
do the
walk again.
stilettos because I'll fall.
I gotta
Baby,
learn to
we
I
walk.
try
tried
to
to
get
walk in
into Miss
stilettos and I went in.
Right, I'm
But anyway,
supposed-
our time is getting
All
close to
Christian
closing.
Louboutin was made just for me.
Miss Z, I love your name. Say it again.
Zenobia.
Zenobia.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
is so cute. I thought there was a saying behind that, but I guess not. But that's a beautiful name.
Yeah, that is pretty.
And
you.
everything. So how can we get in touch with you? How, if people want to know where you're located or your Facebook page,
Okay.
Instagram or whatever?
Okay, so for the Zenobia Harvey collection, you would go to Facebook and Instagram under the Zenobia Harvey collection. As far as my book that's coming out, next
All
month,
right.
Burying Time, that's actually going to be on my personal page, the Zenobia Harvey. It's just under Zenobia Harvey
Okay.
as well as Instagram.
Mhm.
Now, I'm going to forewarn you, if you do follow me on my personal page, I'm always making videos of encouragement posts and stuff like that because I just
Amen.
believe in encouraging people.
Good.
Right.
I
Amen.
believe in
I'm with you on that.
all of that. I
We're
like
all
to have
good.
fun and Yeah, I'm very much for women empowerment.
Yes.
And so
Awesome.
if you need me, even if you don't, my thing is, like I told them about the line, if you don't see anything in the line that you want, the collection that you want, and if you're not interested, that's absolutely fine. If you need prayer, if you need somebody to talk to, reach out to me for that.
Okay.
You know, reach out to me for that, for anything. I don't care what it is.
Amen.
You know, we're here to uplift each other.
Amen.
And that's
So-
awesome. We have really enjoyed you.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
And you know, and I
Awesome.
said, oh my God, she's a radio talk show host. And I started getting a little scared. I said, she's
I got
a radio
nervous coming to
talk
y'all. I got-
host. You know, she's coming on our talk show
I got
and
nervous.
everything. So, you know, but the key to it is we're just happy that you're here.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
definitely
awesome.
a blessing and an
You know.
honor to be able to be in y'all's presence.
Oh,
I don't take
yeah.
it lightly that you guys invited me here. So I'm very forever
Aw.
grateful for
Well,
that.
we're
Yeah.
very grateful that you on the show, and plus, I'm happy
Yeah.
that I'm able to meet you. We
Yeah.
love meeting people, and
Oh, yeah.
Kimberly is good at going out just snatching people up, and then she forget who she done snatched up. Then I
Yeah.
forgot who I done snatched up,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
we asking each
For
other,
sure.
"Who is this?" I was like, "You invited." Then I found out I invited, or she found. So we
Yeah.
just love bringing to us you're we don't know you, so you're unknown, but now you are known to us.
I'm
Amen.
And we
grateful for
built a friendship. So
Absolutely.
hey, I love it. We got
Absolutely.
another friend in
Absolutely.
our atmosphere. So anytime you want to come back, and you know, we do sister chat, and we always have
What is
people to
sister
come
chat?
in. Sister chat is where we just like you do on your radio show. We talk
Where it's
about
more relaxed
different
and
things.
stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh, girl, we real crazy over sister chat. That's
Oh,
what we're
yeah.
doing tonight. And we talk about different topics too. And they are not all Christian-based topics, but
Okay.
we bring
Right.
Christianity into it at the end, you know.
Absolutely.
But we talk about all kinds of talk. I think we talked about tonight is where do you find your husband? Do you come to church looking for your husband?
You better
Well,
not.
Yeah,
Tavana
you
was the
always
one
gotta
that
find
came.
one
This
girl.
little young girl is going to the Navy.
Yeah.
So she's going to be with us just for a little while.
Yeah.
Don't you go to church to find your husband?
Please don't. 'Cause I
No.
found
What'd you
mine
say?
in the
No,
club.
you
Ain't nothing wrong with church, but just let God send them.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there
I
you
found
go.
mine. Well,
There
he
you go.
found me in the club. We've been going August 28th this year. We'll be married 38 years.
All
Praise
right.
God.
Congratulations.
38
Yeah.
years and pastoring 10 years, and we're enjoying each other.
That's a
Yeah.
So that's a blessing.
That is
Yes,
a
it
blessing.
is.
Let
So
people
Oh,
know
yeah.
that marriage is still
it is still
Absolutely.
good.
Man.
You know, so but anyway, we are so happy to have you, Z, on the show.
Amen.
We
Yeah,
welcome you to come in and sit on
yeah.
Sister Chat. We just want you to come back and be
I know with that
us.
book.
will.
Yes, no,
Yes.
bring that book back.
And I'll let you know, we always enjoy having Sister Chat. And please let us know when your book, you said it's coming out when?
It'll be
When
out
is it?
on September the 8th, so it'll be out on that Monday. I'll be doing a live interview on that Monday.
Okay.
Probably after y'all air,
Okay.
maybe. But I'll
Maybe.
make sure
Okay.
I send y'all the details. And
Okay.
Yeah,
so you
and
got a
we'll let
schedule
you
to
know.
come
We'll
back.
let you know
Talk
how
about that
everything
book.
is. So before we close, I want to ask you, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
one
Yeah.
of these questions.
I do interviewing on my job, so that's why the question we always ask.
Where do I see
you
myself?
see yourself?
Okay,
Mhm.
so I know that is a question that we like to ask people.
Right.
Yes.
It's a very tough question if you think about it.
Yes.
Yes.
So my answer to that is that I don't have an answer for 5 years. I've been in
I
a
like
place
that.
right now as
Mhm.
long as I can go day by day.
Okay.
Right.
Every day, I just go by day,
Yes.
and I'm being as honest as I can be. I can't say 5 years because I have to make sure I can even see a month from now.
That's good.
Right.
I
And
like
because
that.
I'm
Right.
learning
Come
how to
on
walk
now.
in my freedom,
Yeah.
me walking in my freedom is
absolutely.
me taking it day by day. So if you ask me
Mhm.
where do I see myself tomorrow, I see myself doing the radio show and doing some more bows. Now I do hope to be whatever it is that God has called me to be,
Yeah.
but I don't want to make up something.
Okay.
Okay.
So what
I
would
feel
you
you.
share before we close? What would you share to the audience right now? What would you tell them? What
Mm-hmm.
encouraging words would you tell Facebook and YouTube?
Mhm.
Facebook and YouTube. God has a plan. I know that's a cliche statement,
Right.
but He has a plan even in your now. It is necessary to forgive, not just you, but other people. It is necessary to hope.
Amen.
And you have to understand that there's a whole nother level of faith that you have to start having. I would say don't give up. You don't even have to go by the day by day thing. If it's
Right.
minute by minute, if it's hour by hour, don't put so much pressure on yourself. Don't look at other people's lives and say this, I got to be here because I'm at this age, because I'm a Christian now, whatever it may be. I have to be at this point. You are in your own lane. You set your own pace.
Yes.
You are who you choose to be.
Right.
And because of that, that makes you you. And so be you. Like
That makes you unique.
Yeah.
I tell everybody, don't be me, because it's hard being me, okay? Because I changed my wig, okay? I'm a woman of changing my wig. So, but anyway, thank you, Miss Z, for being on the show with us. And we have enjoyed you. And we definitely want you to come back with your book, and we'll schedule you.
I think I'll come back more relaxed next time.
Girl, you relaxed tonight. I probably was more nervous than you.
Because it was an interview and I started to sweat and I got to make sure my legs is like this. And I was trying to look and I'm staring at you the whole time. I'm telling myself in my head, make sure you look at everybody.
That's part of interviewing. So that's good.
Really, I want to go like that.
Yeah. You a natural though.
But you're a natural. That's because of how God has given you. But anyway, thank you, Ms. Z, for being on the show tonight. And again, always join us, Facebook or YouTube, with the Talk of Life Talk Show with Elma. And we come on at 8 p.m. every Monday. And eventually we're going to come on more than one day of the week. So we're working on that because of Kimberly, we're getting all these guests and we need to make sure that they're on there. So God is going to bless us where we will be able to go on more than just Monday. So tune in. We'll let you know when the new dates are coming up. Again, thank you, Miss Z, for being on the show, and watch her show called what?
The Women Power Radio Show every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live.
All right. So tune in tomorrow night with Women of Power, and you will see Miss Z on there, and thank God for you. Again, thank you, Kimberly, Janae, and Tavana for being a part of the Talk of Life Talk Show with Elma. Please, if you would love to be on our show, contact me at www.elmatalkshow.com, and we would love for you to be on the show, especially if you are a business. We would love for you, even if you can, we would love for you to sponsor our show as well, because we need sponsors. So thank you for tuning in. Hats off to my son, Emmanuel, my godson, Carlos. We love you all. May God bless you until we see you face to face on the next Talk of Life Talk Show with Elma.